Hi friends, Apex Legends Season 27 is only a few weeks away, and we've had a whole bunch of teasers both in-game and over social media from the official Apex Legends accounts. So I'm going to talk you through all the teasers we've had so far for Season 27 so you get an idea of what's coming. Now starting with this teaser, this was one of the first ones we got and you could see it on District. It shows a second Olympus crashing down on Pagos. A reminder, Pagos is the planet Vantage grew up on with her mother. It's also one of the planets Mad Maggie was inciting riots on. The teaser has more subtle headlines as well, which you might notice scrolling along, one of which says Pagos residents slam illegal Syndicate presence. If you didn't know, Pagos isn't part of the Syndicate Treaty. It's considered one of the fringe worlds, and they rejected the Syndicate Treaty because they didn't want to be controlled by the Syndicate, hence why the residents aren't happy with their presence being there. The other headlines say crash site decades old and that spatial rifts caused this second Olympus. So there's a nice little lore tie-in there for the Alter storyline to do with all the rifts, the different parallel universes, and of course Horizon. The next set of teasers we got were on Olympus, and these show Olympus submerged into the snowy plains on Pagos. If you looked at the screens, you could see rotating different screenshots of what the second Olympus looks like within those snowy plains. So those were the original on the map teasers we had for Season 27. Let's have a look at the social media teasers because those came next. And we had a couple of these. The first was Conduit commenting on a second Olympus not being good news. There were some hidden moments within these as well, so if we freeze frame it, you can see it's teasing an update to Energy Depot. If you look closely, it seems like they're restructuring the area, and dare I say it, it looks like there's more open area in the middle, which potentially isn't good news if you're one of those people that constantly falls off the map when you're playing on Olympus. The second social media teaser to go along with this shows Valkyrie commenting on knowing that they found something on Pagos but didn't expect it to be a whole city. Again, referring to Olympus being found on Pagos, and the reason Valkyrie is significant here is because the teasers are suggesting she's going to be one of the legends to get big buffs in Season 27. So this ties in with that. Also, if we freeze frame it on the shot of the map within this blurry image, you can see it looks like Dox is changing. The third is Vantage commenting on Olympus, and it seems Orbital Cannon is getting replaced. I saw people on Reddit saying this replacement of Orbital Cannon will be Horizon's town takeover, which I guess if you look closely, it does kind of match the design of Newt, so this could definitely be true. It could be Horizon's town takeover here. Following these, we then go back to the in-game teasers because on E-District, they released an updated teaser. And this one now shows Dr. Mary Summers, aka Horizon, is helping to restore Olympus. And you'll also notice the headliners to go with that also got updated. And the good news is these all seem to be lore snippets teasing something more behind the scenes. One of them says, Cuban Blisk in talks to return as head of Apex Games. Now this is a nice lore tie-in to explain where Cuban Blisk has been, because as you may know, he hasn't really been around so much in the lore of Apex Legends. The other headliners read, Deadly Crash on Blood Road, one driver dead and another in critical condition. Some people seem to be suggesting this could be referring to Mad Maggie and Fuse, although I'm not quite sure why yet. We've also got Silver Pharmaceuticals rebrands to seek refresh image. Of course that's got to do with Eduardo Silva not so long ago being killed by Revenant. And finally the last headline says new mayor of Suetamo. Oh yeah, it's also worth noting, if you pinged these teasers with different legends, you would get varying voice lines, most of them referring to Dr. Mary Summers helping to restore Olympus. And one last teaser to talk about, which was a social media teaser, was another teaser for Valkyrie's legend upgrades, with this Outlands newspaper article. Basically, it's a lore story of how Valkyrie got into a bar fight with Francis. Now Francis is from Big Sister's gang. This is what she looks like. She was involved in burning down Rampart's original shop on Gaia, and she was later sent by Big Sister to try to recruit Rampart to join their team in their official modding business, and that was after they released the Nemesis into the Apex games. Now this article seems to suggest Valkyrie was standing up for Rampart, because of course, as you know, the two of them are fairly good friends. They do also plant the little seed about Valkyrie and Loba's breakup. It then quite literally says the reason Valkyrie was there in the first place was because she was getting upgrades done to her jump jets. Now obviously this is a teaser for her jump jets getting improved, and they say they'll be a lot faster. And they also say blink and you'll miss it. So I guess this is teasing an improvement to her ultimate, and potentially is teasing an improvement to her passive ability as well. Oh yeah, we did get another teaser related to this actually. They dropped this little collection of messages between Valkyrie and Rampart. To summarize, Rampart basically confirms to Valkyrie that she's almost completed Valkyrie's upgrades, but it also teases that Rampart herself is getting a buff. And that's because she says she's cracked the amped cover problem and nobody's getting past these walls. I wonder if that means her tactical will get that electric stun effect Newcastle's wall has. Now I'm thinking that could possibly be a legend upgrade rather than being automatically applied to her walls, but who knows. Either way, it definitely sounds like Rampart is getting a buff. And on the lore side, I do wonder if we'll get to see Valkyrie and Rampart take on Big Sister and her gang. It's certainly one of those open storylines that's been around since season 6, and we've never really seen Rampart solve her issues with Big Sister. So who knows, maybe season 27 is the season that happens. So those are the teasers we've had so far for season 27, and the really cool thing about all of this is it looks like the lore is finally back in Apex Legends. I'm even hoping we get a cinematic Stories from the Outlands, but who knows, we'll have to wait and see on that one. For now though, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.